If you could see me, let me know, Joanna. Joanna Marin. Too much light over here, I think. Methinks too much lighting. Give me a second, you all. Let me just adjust this. Better, I think. Yes. Probably too much shine. Too much shine on my behind. Oh, I think I sense a song coming there. Hello, Narissa. Good morning. Kathy, the cup, of course. Hello, my dear. Striper, you're looking gorgeous as always. You can see me, Narissa. Great. Hardeep Bahaker. Is that it? Hardeep, thanks for being here. Kathy, the cup, everyone. And the adorable Clara Bell. My beautiful Bell. My Clara Bell. She's all of our Clara Bell, by the way. Striper, where's that thumb been? He sticks a thumb up just like, you know. It's a Smurf's thumb, I think. I think it is. All right. So, Claire, you see? Look here, let me show you. I'm going to tell you all a little story. It's a Joe Daddy story that happened Wednesday afternoon. I got out of here and I went to play golf. And I played golf at a place that was low-lying, standing water. We had to avoid the puddles, all of that kind of thing. But it was open because it wasn't cart path only, and golfers hate that because you have to park your cart there, walk all over the ball. Anyway, but the mosquitoes were crazy. And I didn't have any bug repellent because I used a different golf bag and left it in there. And I used strong stuff because as a kid, I was allergic, and I think as an adult I am as well. So I had bites all over me that still swell in here, and my legs, right? So I fall asleep on the sofa and get up Wednesday night, you know, after dinner, fell asleep there, get up Wednesday night to go to bed, and I just walked by the mirror and glanced in the mirror and went, holy crap, what is wrong with you? I thought I had a stroke while I was sleeping. This side of my face was swollen, and if you can see, but usually my jawline is somewhat defined. Somewhat. I mean, I'm old. But here, I don't know if you could see, this bubble was my whole face. I was freaking out. It's huge. It's a mosquito bite, and it is probably a third of the size of what it was originally. So I'm feeling much better. I wasn't affected by it, but mentally. I mean, I was scratching, so I knew it was from mosquito bites, and I always had allergies to bug bites, but I did not have my very, very strong stuff with me, and I will not go out again. I've already turned down Saturday golf event because I want to make sure that I'm 100%. Okay, so that's what happened to me, and that's what I was referring to, Claire, when I mentioned that to you. Ouch, yeah. And it was like, ugh. I was like, my speech is okay. Because I heard, you know, in a stroke or something, your speech is slurred. I've seen people, and you know, you get a little paralyzed, but I just had this on the side of my face. Poison is what I had. Okay, so here we go. There's Narissa. Yeah, it's not that bad now. Hi, Narissa. How are you today? Boom, boom, boom. Funny, 40, whatever I feel. It's such funny how after 40, whenever you feel any sensation in the body, you get a feeling it might be an impending life event. Do you feel that way when you get behind a wheel, do you? You know, you get into the automobile. I get, not pending doom, sometimes, one time at band camp, when I'm driving, and this happens. So I have to just push it away. That I think, I remind myself, be particularly sharp today driving. I'm thinking to myself, I'm the only one in the car. Because for some reason, I am really aware of what's around me, more so than normal. I don't know if that happens to any of you, so I am particularly sharp. You should be that way all the time, but sometimes, you know, I'm drinking when I'm driving. No, I'm not. I can't say those things here where someone might think that's okay. It's not. In any country, Do not drink and drive. Yes, you can drink water. Or sodas. We used to have, back in the day, all right? I am not condoning anything, but back in the day, you know, back in the 70s, when you got pulled over drunk, they let you go. That's how lame it was. You think the police are crazy now. Back then, it was ridiculous. So we had beer cans, but we had these little magnetic wraps around them that would say Coca-Cola or Pepsi on them, and we'd be drinking. Is that lame? Who does that? That's so stupid. Don't ever do that. What's the thumbnail about? Where's the thumbnail? Cliff's. Oh, that's our friend Linda. Linda has engraced our thumbnail for a while, and I like Linda, and we put it's Linda's turn. That's all. No big deal. I think I haven't checked what went up. Did anything go up? Oh man, because I say that, and then I don't even check what I did. Let's see. You tell me. If I screwed up and it didn't come up, well, then that's my fault, and I apologize. Is it the same one as yesterday? No, it's twice, Linda. See what excuse me, what happens when I double click to make sure it goes, because I've done this once and nothing happened. That's why it doubles. So what will happen is, like, for example, one here of our beautiful, let's see, that's Whitney. Now I will go in, I'm doing it right now, talking to you guys, and I take out one of them. I'm leaving them up now so that people can see. So I take this one for Whitney, and I unlist it. Tu comprends? J'ai compris. Save that. Now one of Whitney should disappear here. And I'll do the same thing with Linda, our thumbnail girl today, but I'm going to wait because I don't want to delete the wrong one. You see what I mean? That's all. Nothing to it. Linda's one of our friends. And thank you very much, Cliffs of Mower. Whoa! Mower! 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 Or is it mower? Yeah, mower. Oh, yeah, I'll take some mower. Yeah, okay, so that's the deal. Naughty Joe, what? Why is Joe naughty? Not naughty. Oh, what did I do? Yes, I said something about, yes, beer cans, and you know, I know. Beer cans, bad Joe Daddy. Bad Joe Daddy. You bad Joe Daddy. Oh, let me see. No, I still don't like that. All right. You're Juke on Discord. Okay, Juke. All right, now we know who you are. It's up, Joe Daddy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And my friend Linda, I was reading, I did not read any articles. I did not read what was going on. But I saw Linda's name and I put it up. I put Linda up. I said, well, there we go. That I can put Linda up because we haven't put Linda up in a while. And Linda is a dear friend of ours, and we love Linda. And we support Linda. If Linda was had anything to do with another text I read about it, we support everyone. And if anyone is going through something that needs help, I'm always here too. And I need a Claritin, but I'm the two adorable twins, Monique and Unique. My two adorable twins have not been found yet. They're still adrift, lost somewhere. I saw something very funny. So I received, this is, you have to be careful. If you search for something, if you search for tenderness, be careful what you find, because sometimes it appears on your screen. So, beneath those beautiful lyrics is a message. Whatever I search for, if I can just put it in there, it pops up. So I come to my computer this morning and boom, there's a sex doll. I'm not searching for sex dolls. I'm searching for mannequins. But mannequins have this rod up their ass so that they could look like this. It can stand perfectly. But you can't take a mannequin like that and sit her in a chair. You can't take a mannequin like that and lay her at the beach. It will look bizarre. So I researched further, and this guy put 1 star up for this particular doll. I mean, they had some sexy doll there, right? But, you know, it was under $100. And I'm saying, dude, no way you're going to get that, whatever is in that photograph, in your possession for $100. And he didn't. And he put up the complaint. It is the most grotesque, inflatable doll, blow-up doll. Looks nothing like the photograph. Total ripoff. But that would be funny too, if I had just completely bizarre looking, you know, lips like this, you know, and just humongous boobs that are blow up, of course. It's a good thing I would have a pump, because I would, you know, pass out from blowing that up. Did that sound right? Yes. Okay. So, I've got a pump for, you know, like tires and bowls and my beach bowls, and, you know, not, that's the kind of pump I have, all right? Just relax. Would you put it in your pants for a moment? Okay, so I thought, well, maybe if I got those cheap-ass dolls, it will really be cool. And I'd have real models and people around, you know, and they'd say, oh, hi, happy birthday. And these god-awful looking, but how could they be? You know, I'd be so, and I would prefer, you know, my friends, guys would come over after golf or something, have a beer. I'd rather have some real, you know, hot-looking girls standing at the window or something. Joe, who's in your house? That's my twins. You have twins? My God, they're gorgeous. Well, she's just standing there. She's not moving. She's riveted on Joe Daddy. Anyway, yes. So there's an infinite amount of material I can come up with, but I need 2 lovely dolls. I mean, come on, let's face it. Why not? They're just a little bit expensive. One guy told me, oh, you can get one that you would not even be able to tell the difference, you know, close up, that it's not a real person. I said, what if you put that mirror under their nose like they used to do, you know? Would I see any air coming out? Well, of course not. Well, then they're not that perfect. So, but they're $3,000. Who has that kind of money? You might as well just go online like OkCupid or Tinder or something and say, hey, I need a model over here. You want to make $1,000? You can. No, no, that's not what Joe Daddy's about. He is a thespian. He wants to put a production together. He wants real stuff that he can then come back and do other episodes, change their clothes, which is also worth filming. You see, all of that stuff would be fantastic theater. So, any of you that have beautiful, bendable mannequins or human dolls, I have a P.O. box there. They'll hold them for me. Please send it. If you want your doll, who you think is beautiful, to be seen in an episode, the P.O. box is listed below, I believe. Okay. All right. Yes, I use the pump for my like beach bowls. My beach balls are rather large. You're just in from work. You were pumping all those children with information, you were, because you're a teacher. And you don't get paid enough. They never pay teachers enough. There is a video, I talked about this earlier, of all these stars, athletes, and the Hollywood liberal elite, and all of those people, they're doing, you know, and they're showing their kids. No, it's a 4+4, you know, little kids and stuff, and they're doing that, and they're going like, and then they look at the camera, and they say, teachers, we can't wait, and thank you so much for what you do for our children, because I don't know how you do it. I only have 2, and they're driving me crazy. So thank you, and we hope you get back to work soon. Yes. Online learning, so perfect timing. Yes, of course. No, I'm not searching for sex, dolls. You are my dolls. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Charlie. You're someone else's doll. Striper, you can call me Juke. You can call me Juke. Or is it Jukey? Like Nike. Okay. That's not my real name, but it's a short of my name. And people prefer calling me that. Like a jukebox. You are a male, Cliffs, is that correct? It's actually hard to pronounce. Jukamin or Jukarman? Jolkamin. Jolkamin. Why am I squinting? Use these glasses. Oh, there you are. Oh, much better. I think. Is that an M or an R-N-I-N? Let me check an M out. Oh, no, it's Jolkarnin. 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 Tell me yes or no. Could you phonetically spell it for us? Your name isn't Danny, it's Daniel. I saw a film of you, and your mom, your dear mom, was calling you Danny as you were a little toddler running along. Danny, come here, Danny, come here. I know. Yes, of course, Danny. We know it's you. Wait, what is this news? Sam Page videos now. Sam Page says, I had a meeting with someone outside yesterday. A bit naughty, but hey ho. It was a hoe? You rascal, you had a meeting with a hoe. I noticed you, Charlie. I noticed you coming in. It wasn't now I noticed you. I was a bit off in tangents and real life stories here. And I prefer to look at the camera as I want to do, because that's my point of reference right there. If you're the director and say, no, don't spike the camera, don't break the fourth wall, just here's your reference points over there. It's so much I want to do before the end of this tiresome life, so much. And I expect you to be there with me. Cut. All right, now I'm back. All right, here we go now. Sam went and got it. You bet. No film? Sam, come on. In your name is video. I mean, I didn't know you were Italian. Sam Page video is video. Sam, a page of video. So no video, huh? Sam, you're going to have to start wearing a body cam. You can hide it in your very hairy chest. We've all seen that, Sam. You show everyone every Saturday night that you're on. You're reclining there, and we think, oh my God, the forest is on fire. But it's not. It's just Sam. Naughty Sam. Okay, Juke. Sam Page and Charlie. First of all, Charlie, you're too young for Sam. The offer was there and you had to jump on it, didn't you, Sam? Is it like ring toss when you... No, I guess not. Who said there wasn't a video? All right, now we're talking. Now this is real content. This is what I'm talking about. This is where I can go, and now let's go to Sam on location in the UK. Sam from Bedding Man has a video from us. Bedding Man, there you go. Bedding Man. Sam from Bedding Man. Instead of Bedding Ham, bedding with ham, but Bedding Man is good. That's our imaginary utopia for Sam. Sam is the prince of Bedding Man. Okay. Sam from Bedding Man. So Sam, you are recently from Bedding Man and we'll have film coming at 11. Thank you. Erica's 35mm channel. Is that Erica and Rick? You're gonna make me look this up? Okay. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. That's got to be here right there, Erica 35, yeah. Yeah, we know about her. Of course we do. She has a job. That's her job, I guess, to create her lifestyle and do all that kind of thing. This is her second attempt at age gap relationship, and I think she hit pay dirt on this one. No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. But Erica seems to be fit the mold, and tell me I'm wrong, of a bit of a digger. You know, that's what we call them, a G digger. Not a goddamn digger, just a G digger. A gold digger. Oh, Mr. President. Hello, Victoria. Good to see you. I had to do impressions of you the other day, my dear. It's not a gay channel. Thank you, Claire. I thought I was correct as much. I don't see any of that, but I just assumed if someone said here, 35, Erica 35mm. I wouldn't have done it that way. Of course, she's shooting with a 35mm. You could shoot with a phone just as well. I would have said, Erica, digital Erica. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's 35mm, and I guess she has a following. But if I'm Rick, and I'm so freaking wealthy, I don't want my girl doing this stuff. But he lets her do whatever, you know. But you know. Oh, Mr. President. Victoria, we miss your voice, girl. Where were you? What were you doing yesterday? Driving your new car. Like the true star you are. I shot a par. No more. Okay. I don't know about gay channels. Juke, who started talking about gay channels? Oh, Charlie brought it up. Well, Charlie, of course, is going to talk about gay channels. Juke, you need to stick around here and do some background investigation. Charlie will always talk about gay channels and straight channels. He doesn't discriminate, but he does watch some of the gay channels, I'm sure. Kristen Live Acres is here. Kristen, how's your broken arm, hon? You forgot what day it was. Once you're old, remember this, because I won't be around when you need this. you'll see that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are all listed on your pill box. So you know what day it is when you take your pills in the morning. Pills or whatever. No, I don't know any gay YouTube channels, Charlie. I don't watch them. Yes, Kristen had difficulty negotiating. Well, let me preface this by saying Kristen had a bottle of wine in her, and she had difficulty negotiating climbing down from a tree. And one might ask, what was she doing in a tree when you've had too much to drink? And the answer was, she was trying to break her arm, and she succeeded. I'm glad you're doing better, Kristen. There are a few lesbian age gap channels, but I can't remember their names. Lesbians. I had just asked someone the other day, have you ever? I should ask Sam Bedenman if he's ever had a lesbian. Just sprained. I thought you broke it. You told me you broke it. Of course. Our Kristen is a daredevil when she's drinking. I've even seen her drink wine to the point of where she throws up, and listen, I thought this was clever, Kristen. She throws up a quarter in the air, and out of the frame, it looks like she takes the quarter in her mouth, and then she squats over a little glass of water and drops the quarter out in the glass of water. This is amazing, the tricks she can do. Julia. Oh, I like that name. Oh, I'd look at the pretty pictures, yes. I mean, it's kind of like the Playboy in the old days. Oh, yes. So, see, that's why you need a second opinion always. The second opinion came from the X-ray machine. We are run by machines. Whatever the machine says, the doctor says, whatever the machine says, you take this MRI, you take this CAT scan, you take all these, and we will decide whatever it says, because you have no opinion yourself. I don't want to misdiagnose, they say. I was married to a doctor. You all know that. They're just people like all of us. But just like the priests and the nuns in the Catholic schools, here he goes, in those Catholic schools, right? And you would do something bad, and, Mommy, the sister slapped me. Well, you must have done something wrong, because a sister wouldn't slap you. Oh, no, Mommy, they never have bad days like you. So, similarly disposed are the nuns and the priests, as are the medical professionals. They're going to give you their opinion, and their bedside manner is critical, but some of them don't have any bedside manner. And they maybe at the end of the day, you go in and say, maybe they're tired, maybe they're yelling at their wife, maybe their mistress is, doesn't want to see them, and suddenly you are the patient that gets the wrath. I said, whatever comes in. I'm the doctor here. If anyone ever told me that, if anyone ever tells you that, anyone ever talks down to you like that, all right? I'm telling you, if a lawyer talks down to you like that, I'm telling all of you, and it's the truth. If a lawyer talks down to you, I'm the lawyer here. I'm the doctor here, right? No, yes, that's what they call you, but I'm the bankroll paying you. So you'll do what I say when I ask you, Because if you snap at me again, I'm reporting you to HIPAA. I'm reporting you to every medical organization possible. Same with lawyers. Don't ever let a lawyer say, well, no, I'm telling you how it is. Really? I hired you. I want you to go this way. He says, we can go this way or we can go that way. He says, I want to go this way. I say, yes, well, that's my decision. I'll let you know. And I know all these things. I do. I've lived a while, and I've come in. Many friends are doctors. Many friends are lawyers. And they're assholes. They're not all what they cracked up to be. They're just people like us. They drink, they fall out of trees. They too break their arms. And the worst of the worst are the clergy. But, that's okay. They're basing everything they say on some fucking book that a bunch of people, who knows, wrote these stories, and they're basing it on. It's as if you went by the Bible of Dr. Seuss. I mean, you could, whatever it says in there, in the Cat in the Hat, you can get as much information out of that book as some get from the Bible. Okay. You had a terrible bruise. Okay, I got very grumpy. A doctor jabbed a needle quite hard in my bottom. I love how our Claire can spin it so eloquently. Yes. If I had a shot at that bottom, if I was putting a shot in that bottom, I would rub that spot all over with alcohol, just make sure you get everywhere. Oh, and the shot goes over here, doctor. It does, yes, but the way you were presenting yourself, I thought, you wanted. You had a terrible bruise. Yes, you have to be careful. Some of those people are very good today, some of the technicians in drawing blood. But I remember when they used to, try and find a vein by moving the needle around. I was a bit heavier then, but I got very grumpy when the doctor jabbed me in the butt. But see, we would say here, oh, Mommy, he jabbed me in the fanny. For your benefit over there, over the ocean, over the other side. Because once you cross the ocean, suddenly you flipped over. See, you start with this as your fanny when you're on this side of the pond, but when you, somewhere along the plane ride, when you touched out in London, your fanny is right there in the front. I don't know how that happens, but it must have something to do with geography. Doctors, nuns, and priests, they're not like you. Mr. President, they're not like that because you're too sexy. Yes, but yes, have you ever seen the nuns walk? They have to walk. Their hips have to stay within their cassock that they're wearing. That's how they train. You can't even see them sweat. It's more like a curtain. It's not a sexy move. It's just, it moves ever so slightly. And then you see a nun, right? You see a nun who's no longer in the order. She's left the order. And now, 5th grade little Johnny's father is her desire. And suddenly, her little motion that would put you to sleep. Now, boom, 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 boom. Now, she's got different movement. She's got freedom, right? She's not telling lies. Now, she's lying for herself. Okay. No, you don't have to listen to your lawyer, Joanna. You don't have to. You don't have to. I have some friends who are lawyers. I wouldn't listen to a damn thing they say because I've seen them when they're not at work. Yes, they are. It is good, especially if you hire yourself a good one that you feel that you like their information. They're lawyers in my family. I would tell them the same thing. They're priests in my family. I do tell them my feelings about stuff. If you need information on how the law on what the law, what you can do with the law, what laws you have to follow and what you can get away with and what you can't. You need a lawyer. You need someone well-versed, especially when it comes to real estate law. I don't know anything about criminal law because I'm not a criminal. But, real estate, you need them for, certainly. Medical malpractice, you need them for. In Florida, you only have to drive down a public street about 10 feet before you see a sign. We get millions for the injured. See, in our country, much unlike the UK and most of the EU, is that we are a litigious society here. We are so litigious. No, I'm sorry. Yes. So this will cost you $1,000 in legal fees, and you will be and that will be $1 million in punitive damages because mentally she was just so stricken by what you did to her when you accidentally pushed her off a curb, bumping into her accidentally. I'll agree, but she happened to hit her head, and now she's messed up, and she will be in chiropractic care for the rest of her life. That actually happened to me in an automobile accident. And I said to them, I didn't have to pay anything. My insurance company covered it. My insurance went up. But here's the thing. It was a little fender bender. This young girl pulls away into traffic and slams on her brakes. I see her go, and before I could turn, my car beeps because she was there, before I could even, and she admits, yes, I saw that truck. I didn't think I could make it. I told the cop that. The cop said, yeah, I heard her say that. But I didn't see it, so I can't say you're not. So she was at fault, but it doesn't matter. When I saw through the insurance company what she was claiming, she would need chiropractic care for the rest of her life. But my private investigator, Angela, came up with video of her not 2 days later. She fancied herself a model, this young girl, doing some dance and jumping up and down. Crazy, Your Honor. How does that work? So she went from trying to get $150,000 from my insurance company because she was debilitated. So she got $15,000 just because they said at that point we just shut her up. And that's something, of which 1/3 goes to her lawyer. So she got $10,000, which she probably already borrowed from someone else. And so she ended up with nothing. But in Europe, well, at least I know in the UK, you can't get punitive damages. They will pay for your missed work. They will pay for, at least when I was over there, they will pay for medical bills, lost wages, things of that nature, make you whole again. And that's really all we want. But there are those people that say, no, I need to get another. But that's what we do here because we are litigious. Is Jennifer here? There's the Jen. Yes. It's true story, Joanna. Yeah. And when I went to the lawyer and I said, and then I'm looking for stuff for this woman too. And I had all these links from him. I went to see him in his office. He says, well, they want $150,000. They're not getting that. I said, yeah, I know they're not getting that. She's claiming all kinds of that. She said she broke a rib. Wait a minute. If she broke a rib, that rib was broken before she got in the car. There was no damage to her car. My car, because they make those plastic things, had to be fixed. She had so many dents on that car, probably looking in and putting the brakes on for other people. And there's no way she could break a rib. It would be impossible. He says it would be impossible. We're not going to pay for an expert. So let's assuming that she had some discomfort. I said, man, I have been to so many chiropractors in my life. Forget it. There's no way. She was standing up and saying, I just want to make sure you're okay. I said, I'm fine. I want to make sure you're all right. I go up to her window. She's on the phone already talking to her friend. What kind of cars he drive? Oh, you have to. He'll have a lot of money. The cop even said that I would pay for the damages to her car. Wasn't good enough. He said, this happens all the time. I cannot come to your defense because you hit her. Even though she stopped, you hit her. And even though it was like 10 feet, you hit her. I said, I can't believe people get away with this. Yep. He says, yep, they do get away with it. And again, he asked this girl, he says, why don't you do this? No. But some people are raised that way. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they're raised. Now, to be honest with you, knowing that, if I was hit by a vehicle and it said Walmart on the truck, well, I think, yeah, maybe I won't just drive away yet. But anyway, broken ribs are extremely dangerous, and I know all about them. But she did not have one. She wouldn't be able to breathe. Striper, she was up and she was smiling. It's a broken rib. It's not something, a broken rib really isn't something that comes up. When you break a rib, football, boom, you break, you're in pain, right? You are in pain. You feel it. It's not like you go home, have something to eat, go to sleep. Oh, I've got a broken rib. You can get whiplash or something like that that comes on later. But a broken rib is a broken rib. Where's Sam going? Is Sam having another hoe meeting? Sam's exhausted. He had, he had a rendezvous. We'll see you, Sam. Sam from Bedden Man. Sam, do you like that? I think it's a good thing for you. In the book I will write, we had to stop off for a drink with a friend Sam from Bedden Man. You wish it was a whole meeting. Well, maybe it'll be a half a meeting. Just a quickie. Oh, ho, not whole. Okay. Well, whole. Still a whole meeting. Interesting. Of course you would ask for it, Joanna. That's smart to do. And we had a report but they, it's just so stupid. That was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever been involved in. Not really. I've had other things. I've been in court before. I just cannot believe what goes on there. That is the most ridiculous. Yeah, well, people do. Hey, there, Yachty, when did you come in? I didn't see you arrive, sweetie. Good to see you. There she is. She's right there. Insurance companies all get that information, everything they need. Here's what they know in this country, which is really crazy. And again, as litigious as we are, they can send a girl around, this girl, to every doctor on the planet until she gets the answer she wants. The lawyers know each other in these type of cases, accidents. They know one another. Matter of fact, my lawyer that I said, it was the insurance company's lawyer, very nice guy. He said, yeah, here's what we can do. She's not getting it. I know these lawyers. They always throw everything. You have a lot of insurance on yourself. He said, not everyone has it. So they go for the maximum they can get for this accident because your insurance allows it if they were injured to that extent, right? But they got less than the lowest you can get. I mean, unbelievable. And it's because he says, I know these guys. I said, there's no way she broke a rib. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it all adds up. There are no skid marks, nothing. I mean, it just... So they will send her around until they all know the doctor. They don't even have to send very far. They know they can send to this doctor. And if he's making the report, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be bogus. But it would cost you more money, cost the insurance company more money, for us to investigate and prove that he's telling a lie. Well, can't you put someone else? He says, yeah, but look, if we know we're going to settle for under, you know, $20,000, they gladly, that's nothing to this insurance company. You're talking 70, 50, 75, 100,000. Yeah, then they're going to fight it. But we're going to talk to this guy we know. He already knows what I know, how much. It's such a scam, such a scam. Okay. It's okay that you did that. It depends what you're going for. A regular visit? Just to go to the office? I don't know. I don't know what they charge, because I take advantage of my entitlement as a veteran of the Vietnam era. They cost me nothing. Yeah. Well, I believe that, Joanna. I believe that. And all of those things, the due diligence, right? All of that information, the police report is critical, right? The officer had to, he says, look, I hate to do this. She won't let you settle it personally. I have to give you some sort of charge. I said, it's never been my fault ever in one of these things. So I would argue that. He says, I know. But look, this has nothing to do with your insurance. This is no points against your license. This is the least thing I could possibly do. What I am saying is, it's not his fault, but let's just, so we can get away from here, we have to give him something. But it is my fault. He says, it says here, yes, that you hit her. And there's no denying that you did. Even though she slammed on the brakes, you hit her. That's when you need to have one of those cams on the back of your rear view mirror that you can watch. Because then if you can prove it that way. It's like a body cam for a policeman. If it validates the crime. So I don't have one yet, but it reminds me I should get one. But I don't, so anyway, yes, all of those things are true. Absolutely, absolutely. And the reward is based on all of that information you were stating, of course. But here, on top of all of that, okay, we'll pay, she is $10,000, but they take stuff and they drag it out. If anyone's ever been to a chiropractor, they don't like to see you one time. They like to keep it going forever. Come and get a tune-up, blah, blah, blah. Her reference from a doctor was a chiropractor, not an MD, but a doctor of chiropractic. And he can adjust and say, oh, yes, that's broken. It didn't matter in this case. It didn't matter because it was obvious and everyone knew it and blah, blah, blah. And there was a settlement, 20 grand, no big deal to my insurance company. My rates went up $10 a month, but still. In normal cases here, when you can have all this information you're stating, that's true. But then that, in your country, that may be enough to satisfy the plaintiff. You take care of all of this and we're good. In this country, that admission of guilt entitles that person to then ask for punitive damages. And it's the punitive damages that separates us from most of the world. That's what we go for. Yes, all of this will cost $1,500, so we'll give her $5,000 for it. Great. But pain and suffering is punitive damages, and that's where these lawyers make all of their money. Because here, they will come up with the most crooked psychiatrists. They will come up with every one they can to build a big case so that they get their 1/3 of whatever the settlement is. They could give a shit about $1,500 or $5,000. They don't care. They're going for real money. The only way to do that is to build a pot of gold because they're going to get 1/3 of it. All right, so that's how it goes. All right. Yes, of course. CCTV. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's what they go for every crime show I watch from the UK. Anywhere over there, actually. First thing they say. I mean, anybody could be in charge over there. Anyone could be the DCI. Oh, did you get the CCTV? Yes, we're about to, we're getting all that together. Great. All right, so. Yeah. Yeah, dash cam would have been good for that one. But anyway, it's the country that I live in. That just happens. It happens. People are in that mindset. Not are you okay, is what you can get out of the person that may have caused you harm. I've been in accidents before. I always just want to be that were not my fault. I just want to just make me whole. Make me how I was before that person hit me. And I think that's reasonable. Okay, that's going to cost you, if you had to pay for all this, it's going to cost you $10,000. Okay, make me whole before I was hit. Others will take it, and at the behest of their legal counsel, they will say, okay, we've got that covered. Now let's talk about the pain and suffering. What? Pain and suffering. Well, that's a corporation, and they will have a big, insurance policy, so we should go for that. And that's how people think in this country. It's why insurance is such a scam in this country. I don't know if you know that, and I don't know if it's true in your country, but in our country, when you are making a claim about your house, about your car, about anything, they deny they'll deny it. If it's significant, they'll deny it. The onus then is on you to contact them again. Insurance is such a scam. Their job is to not have to pay anything. Yeah, it does. It just really gets to you. Actually, Joanna, that particular accident, the only one in years that I can remember, Angela got so pissed. She got so pissed. How can they do that? Yeah. I said they can because it happens, and be wary of that. Be wary of it. I'll tell you a quick one. Years ago, a girlfriend of mine and I were in a car, and she was driving. It's her car. We're at a stop sign on a hill, and not a real steep hill, but an incline, right? Stop sign, and we were going to go left or right. Doesn't matter. The road stopped there, and right, so it's like a T. So we stop there, and we're waiting for this VW bug to come through, and it makes a turn and cuts too close to my girlfriend's car and takes out the front end of her car. So you know how you're supposed to go out and over and come down, right? To go. They just cut right across and hit her car. No brainer, right? No brainer. Photographs, no video, certainly. We had a lawyer and everything, because this was just terrible. You want to be paid for all this stuff right now. Our insurance would pay for the car. The insurance company wanted these people to pay if we were proven they would have to pay. So here we are, both professionals, dressed in suits. She had a suit on, I had a suit on. We're in court that day. A family of 6 people, children, little children. A husband dressed in raggedy, torn clothes and, a shirt. You know where it's going, right? The court took pity on them, and it became our fault. Actually, my girlfriend's fault for being too forward in the intersections, what they said. We were livid. We were not too forward in the intersection. But he was taking pity on perhaps less privileged people. That this little car that they had, and all of these children, of course you bring them all into court. And that's what they teach you, see, and that's the society I live in. So it's a lesson learned for all of you. Look as destitute as you can if you're trying to get something from someone. Anyway. Well, I do the videos now. Angela hasn't been victory lap. And what is the victory lap about? Life itself? Oh, that's very encouraging that you say the victory lap. Oh, because you moved to Europe because there's no way you can be successful in Europe? I got you. Yes, you can be successful in this country, very successful. You just have to know how it operates, like any country. Yes, of course. Yeah. So, yeah, where's Angela? Oh, I'm sure she'd love to hear that. I'm glad you're still here watching, Victoria. We want you to watch. So many of us were, had visions of that escapade of yours. And guess what? I'm sorry to disappoint you, Juke. Of course she would be your favorite. I wouldn't want to sit around looking at me either. But we don't do videos together. So you're stuck with me, or, you can always watch Erica 35mm. I'm sure she's much hotter. D-. I'm glad that's not the score, I say. D-. I like that name. That's a good one. D-. B+. Is a D- like close to an F? Audra Sandoval, good morning. I've been up since 6:30. And you didn't shower? And you didn't, but wait a minute. You told me, and I think it was like this. When I get up in the morning, and then I get up early, and then about an hour later I go back to sleep. And then I get up and have breakfast. Isn't that close to it? This girl has the sweetest voice. I think you all will agree with me. And it's not my impression, it's her voice. It is nice to see a lot of new people. And I was just thinking that, well, you know what it is. It must be that YouTube realizes there may be some value, or the bots did. And they probably sent, when Angela and I used to do May December Society videos, they would show up and a lot of the comments would be, why do they send me this shit? I don't know why it's coming to me. Why is it coming here? Why did I get this? Where did I mess up? And, oh, I like them though. So maybe that's it. And then they stop. Like a bunny? You mean like a Playboy bunny? I'm probably one of the only people in this, of all of you, that's ever been to a Playboy club, unless Carrie's there. I don't even believe Striper is old enough to have been to a Playboy Bunny club. I went to the Playboy Casino in Atlantic City. Used to go there too. It became something else, and now I think it's defunct. I will do I'll do a video on unboxing fan mail. Send me something. Is the on the YouTube channel, is the P.O. box still there? I hope so. If it isn't, I'll put it up. God, I hate these glasses. I don't wear them in public. But here I am in public, so there you go. And I'm all over the place. Oh, yes, of course. Of course you are. All right. I have 3 different pair. Look at my hair. Jeez, it's getting so gray. Yeah, sure, Joe. Yeah, I just started the other day, actually. You know, it is what it is. It's gray. It's gray. You know, you got to live with it. I don't know if he's been not quite old enough to know the Playboy Club. There you go. I don't know that they have them anymore, to be honest with you. I used to, listen to this. This is back in the day when I had a business around the corner from the White House. And this would be, when did I do that? When did I start that anyway? 70, let me see, 76, 77. About 78. No, it was 80, like 81. Around the corner from my office, you'd walk to the right, to the corner, 16th Street. From there, you can look directly at the White House, right? But if you made a left and went the next block up, there was a very nondescript building. I mean, it was just like, what is this? And I saw somebody I knew who was, you know, a pretty fancy guy, go in there. And I was asking him, what is that? Oh, that's I got to remember the name of the club. I said, really? And I was always one who would inquire about things. It may be right out of my, you know, price bracket or anything, but I want to know about how to join. So I found out how to join. And for my partner and me, I joined. And this was the coolest place. I have to remember, it was the Gaslight Club. They had a little gaslight outside, you know, a flame. And it was so cool. And you walked in. You had to be buzzed in. You're buzzed in, you walk in, and someone takes your coat and everything inside. And then you can walk up to the lounge a few flights up. Then there was a elevator that goes up. The first floor was a speakeasy. No, the first floor was dancing. The next floor was a speakeasy. And you go up there, and they slide the little latch back. You've seen in old movies, they slide it to see who you are. They just did that for effect. You're not getting in there unless you remember. They would slide it over, and the door would open. And the girls in those like Playboy Bunny outfits, you know, the boobs stuffed up and, you know, without the ears, they would. And they had these, it was amazing. And they said, welcome, sir, come on in, you know. And they'd smoke cigars and do all that kind of shit. And it was just so much fun because I liked it because nobody else could go in there. So we're in there in this place. Unbelievable, right? This one particular girl was just, oh man, are you kidding me? So I'm a member for about 6 months over there. And, you know, I get to know people. And I go in there for drinks. And I tell you, my clients, I got so much business. Because I'd say to someone, have you ever been to the Gaslight Club? You know, some managing partner, some law firm, because I did a lot of, you know, as messenger and trucking. I said, no, I've heard about it. You want to go? Yeah, take you to lunch. Okay, let's go tomorrow. Boom. I make an appointment for lunch. You know, and can I get, no, don't have to do anything. We just leave. They bill me for it. Don't worry about it. And the girls, and oh my God, it is like in those movies, kind of like, what's the one with, it takes place, I think, in Britain, that men's club where they do all kinds of fighting. What is that? Without all the fighting and all that, but the decor looked the same. You know, like with what do they call that also? Is it wainscot? It's paneling, dark, it's really cool stuff. And red carpeting, it's just so lush, and it looks so cool. My clients love this stuff. They loved it. I'd go there after work for a cocktail, They absolutely went nuts over this place. Footballers, baseball players, higher end peeps were in there. It wasn't that much to join. I think it must be a couple $1,000, but I had to do it because it was a business thing, and you go in there, then you get billed. So I'm in the lounge one day, and I'm up there, with a buddy of mine. We're having some drinks. Man, this is cool. He said, that girl's something. Oh man, she's amazing. So I call her over. Oh, how are you today? Mr. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so, because they know everybody in there. And they have to call you by, it's proper. I said, so what are your plans? You know me, I always talk. And remember, this is me younger, much younger. So what are your plans going forward? Oh, I don't know. I've finished college and blah, blah, blah. I said, really? In my company, we're looking for a sales girl, right? Bottom line, I hire this girl, okay? My partner's like elated. We have this girl. Our wives were less so impressed. We had a gathering for the office people, a function, a dinner or something. And I can remember this. This is amazing. I was saying, Joe, what? What? Yeah, what? Who's that girl? Is that so-and-so, somebody's wife? Oh, no. I forget her name, Marcy or something. But Marcy, she works here. She's our new sales girl. And I get this look. I'm like, what? You never told me you hired a sales girl. We always hire sales girls. You never told me you hired that size service, the sales girl. I said, yeah, I know. Isn't she remarkable? She's really good, too. Man, I was in the doghouse forever. Marcy. Yeah, everybody loved Marcy. Then I get clients. See, she was perfect for regardless of race. My partner, business partner, is a black guy, and me. So we would play whoever would take, whoever was, if somebody was, prejudiced or something, Jim would go or I'd go in. That's just how we ran the business because, it was all green to us. We didn't see color. We saw money. All right. So I was never offended if I go in there and someone would say, yeah, okay. No, I'd say, Jim, you got to go down there and do something. I said, all right. Or he would say to me, Joe, they must have thought they're talking. We sounded. It's funny because we sounded. There was no way to determine. I don't know. We say who was on the end of the phone, And so Jim would go and say they were shocked. Right? He says you'll need to go talk to them. So we did it. We worked for the green, and we didn't care. Right? Marcy was kind of like special, and Marcy didn't see color either. She could sell anyone because I would say, look, let me send you over someone that neither Jim or I could get into, right? Do you mind if my new sales girl comes over and just, chats with you for a minute? I want to give her some experience. I don't care if you're not going to give us the business. Just let her stop over and say hello for a few minutes. Joe, you can waste your time all you want. Okay. Marcy, come in my office. Listen, these guys are badasses. They just don't like us. They don't like me. They don't like Jim. I don't know why. How could they not like you guys? Okay, here's the deal. I want you to go over there tomorrow. Wear something short, shorter skirt. You know how it is. Like at the club, not that short. But, just go over there something, a little more sexy. I mean, you're a beautiful woman, so it doesn't really matter. But, these guys, they're a pain, right? And then you can come back and tell me whether or not you were able to get any business. And always use this. I used to use this in business. Somebody, a competitor, a friend of mine, may be doing business with them. They may be doing 100 deliveries a day for that company. But I would go in and they'd say they're happy. And I would say, of course you're happy. He's a friend of mine. He's a great guy. They're a very good company. You're giving them 100 a day. Just give me 10. So you have a backup, you know, if they ever fall short or get too busy, because they have a lot of customers, a lot more than me. And if you just give me 10, then you already have an account and I can service you too. That's a good sales technique we used to use. She gets the whole account. I'm like, I mean, I thought you might get it. You got the whole account. They said, yeah, they give it to us for a month. See how well we do. Man. And that's when I would go home and say, guess what Marcy did today? Yeah, I'm sure I know what you do. Strip for you? I said, no. She picked up this account we haven't been able to give for a year. Yeah. And she looked good doing it, and we don't mind telling people that. Okay. Though Marcy was, you know, you got to do what you got to do. It shouldn't matter. Look shouldn't matter. Color of skin shouldn't matter. Should never matter. But I will tell you, if you're selling a mailroom supervisor, if you are selling, you know, a managing partner that has to deal with all that day-to-day shit, you know, for his other partners, you want Marcy on your team. Anyway. So that was my Joe Daddy story for the day about business at the Gaslight Club and Marcy. And Marcy, if you are out there listening, you are still gorgeous, I'm sure. I have no idea where she is. She probably has 15 kids by now. I doubt it. She was a stunner, though. Someday I'll tell you, I have other stories that I would tell you in person that I would not even, it's not about her, but about how other things happen. Because I don't want to say it, you know, here, but you know, it's about what's happening in our society today, because I went to inner city school, right? And we didn't see color, all right? We didn't. School, no. Everybody in the same uniform. We're people, all people. So I have stories about that too, but I'd rather talk about that in private because it's important. It's dear to me, you know. But I can talk about Marcy all day long. I had one sales girl. She was really smart, and she was from the South, so up South. She was from Georgia, and she was a Bama fan, Alabama. Go Tide, roll Tide, or whatever they say. Sweet little girl, just wholesome little girl. Her family owned a tire company or something like that, and she was out of college, and just a cute little girl, like a wholesome, smart girl you would send in to places, and she could just, like anyone else, sell. She asked us one day, what is that club over there? Oh, I said, it's a strip club. I've heard about them. I have. Well, that's good you've heard about them. Y'all wouldn't take me there one day after lunch, which I'd love to go in and see. I said, well, you can go in by yourself. You don't need us there. Yeah, but I'd feel so much better if I had a couple men with me. It would make me feel better. I said to Jim. He says, I'm in. Well, I love Jim. Jim was great. Jim said, okay. He said, but of course, we said to, what was her name? Oh, damn it. We said to her, we don't have to wait till after work. I mean, we own the place, so we can go right in the middle of the day. It'll be easier. But I have appointments. I said, okay, after your appointments, we'll take you over there. Just come back to the office. I don't care what time it is. We'll go. Because we were not planning on going. We didn't need to go after work. And, you know, we have other commitments. Baseball practice for kids. Jim had a house full of kids. We did other things usually. Mary, was it Mary? Mary. Yeah. Mary, I think it was Mary. So she comes back from her appointment, said, okay, we're going to go. I said, yeah, we're going to go. And tell, at the time we had secretaries, they weren't assistant. We'd say, we'll be back and or we'll be here. Just pages, because those were the day of pagers. You didn't have cell phones. So Mary, let's say, she goes in there with it. She says, this is dark, y'all. I know shit, it's dark. So we go in there. So Jim and I are in there, right? Where are we going to sit? And somebody comes over. And it's a good thing she didn't say, hey, Jim and Joe, how you doing? She said, and where, because she didn't know. Mary says, where would you gentlemen like this? Well, how about someplace close? So she puts a flashlight along the floor, you know. So we sit in there, we grab a beer. Oh, this is exciting. So then the girls start dancing, and, you know, they completely nude, and they start, and they're, you know, as being as gross as they can for us, I'm sure. And so we have Mary giving them dollar bills and stuff, and it was a great time. And before we know it was like 8 p.m. at night. I mean, we're just having a great time. Good thing we didn't have cell phones then. Pagers were going off, but you can't hear it for all the music. So anyway, that was a big time. And after that, I don't have anything to follow up with other than to say that Mary had a wonderful time. And she used to always say to us, when are we going to that club again? And we only went one time with her. But anyway, it was fun. Let's see. Melissa, where's Angela? Nah, she's not here right now. Daddy has an eye for talent. I do. I do have an eye for talent. I do. And you know, it is all about people. When I would hire salespeople, I used to love this guys who come in so cocky. I need this, I need that. And I said, I tell you what, I used to pay, this is back in the day, so it's not a lot, but I would give someone $300 a week, right? And they would get commission, right? They would get 10% commission of everything they sell on top of their $300 a week. Very, very good. But I would say once you reach, all right, once you reach combined, I think it was, they're making $50,000 a year. Once they're making, they get up to a point, once they can sustain 50,000 on their commission, that's it. No more draw, no more, you just work on your money. 30 was one, you know, for some people, and 50 was for another. They have to meet it, right? It would depend on how we're feeling actually at the time. So anyway, they need to sustain themselves. They would then go on draw. See, they would be $300 a week for maybe 3 months, and then they're starting to build up, you know, build up. So they're earning in commission $300 a week. So we would drop the 300 so that they were on commission. That's how it went. So they were on commission, and they could make good money. It's Washington, D.C. It's moving envelopes and packages. And, you know, back in those days, in order to send something from K Street or from the White House, you have to send it over to Capitol Hill. The only way to get it there were no fax machines, was by messenger. Also, once fax machines came out, they were not accepted as real documents. So in other words, if you sign something today and you fax it somewhere or send it, it is accepted. Back then, it had to be an original ink copy in order for it to be accepted as a real document. So there was the fax machine didn't kill us right away. But it was a wild time. But anyway, back to salesmen. They would come in all cocky and shit, and they'd say, hey, and I could sell anything. Okay. This is a deal. I'll give you a month. I can do this in a week, 2 weeks. I said, I'll know in a week what you're doing, but I'll give you a month. Very few could do what they said they could do, because they're thinking, I used to sell automobiles. This is nothing. You're selling $5, $10 delivery packages. It's nothing. Okay, great. I hope it works out for you. Everybody thinks the grass is always greener and it's easy. It's not, because you're up against other people selling the same things. And they don't want to hear that you sold cars. They say, hey, I sold cars. I used to sell cars. This is nothing. Good. One thing for sure, you won't have to sit around and wait for customers to come to you, because I have a list of customers just for you. you always give them the list of the ones that Marcy can't sell, that Jim can't sell, that I can't sell. You prove yourself with this. And they used to say to me, Joe, that's a little cruel, isn't it? Let's see what he comes up with. You know, every now and then you might get one. So I miss business, I do, but you know, I'm too old for that stuff now. All right. You would have loved Marcy too, yes. You actually, all of the ladies in the office were great. We had everyone covered. Everyone covered. All nationalities, all races. We had them covered. You know, Washington, D.C., as you may or may not know, the money seat of our country is New York, right? The government is D.C. Some of the biggest money you can make in that business, in the shipping business, is with the federal government and the embassies. So Embassy Row, all of the countries around the world would have a presence there. So if you could speak the language, if you could, if you were Marcy, it didn't matter. You could get in there. And you know, those European men and those Far Eastern men, they always liked Marcy. Let's be honest, all the men liked Marcy. And some of the women, but in those days, they weren't as open as my beautiful friends are here. So, yeah, it was important to have people that could get into those places. I would be lying if I didn't tell you that I've hired people that for only one task alone, that they knew someone that worked at some business. They had no sales experience at all. And it didn't matter. I didn't care if you had experience or not. I'll throw you out there. But if they had an in, if they came in, you know, and I'm hiring people and they say, well, you know, let's just pick one. Yeah, my dad works at IBM or wherever it is. It doesn't matter. A company. What's he do over there? Oh, he's pretty high up the ladder. Really? Well, they use messengers a lot. Yeah, they do over there. Come on in. Come on in. Marcy, take her around for a week or two and show her the ropes. She'll think it's easy. So then she comes back in and said, you're going to start out yourself. You're going to do great, really good. Oh, and I want to remind you, not completely like insurance, but similar to insurance. When you work for an insurance company, I don't know if you know this, but you work for an insurance company, they always have you sell your family first. They have you because they want the easy sales, you know, to get you're starting to make some money, you know. So I'm just saying, you don't have to do it now, but keep your dad in mind at some point in your, you know, in the next couple of weeks, just see or talk to him at home and see if maybe he'd be interested. That person was around for a year off of one company alone. And then we kept the company. She wanted to move on to something else because she really wasn't that good at sales, but she accomplished what I could see upon my first meeting. She was able to get that done. So then when they leave, back in those days, it's different. Depends on your contract, but my contracts with them were when you leave, you leave. You cannot compete against us for 6 months on any of our existing accounts, right? So if you want to work for another company, go ahead. But if you're found to do it, we will prosecute. We will do that. I mean, it was all written out, and we would do it too. And you win those things. You win those things. When Marcy left, you know, Marcy, what are you going to do? I don't know. You know, I've got some, I mean, I did really well. I want to try some other stuff. Now, Marcy, I happen to know that a lot of the owners of the other companies know who you are. She said, Joe, don't even worry. If I'm going to stay in this business, I'm going to stay right here. You've been very good to me and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that. Okay, she never did. I don't know what happened to her. But any of those guys, and they used to say to me at meetings, we had these meetings of these owners of business. So, Joe, where'd you find Marcy? She's from out of town. She's really good, though. We know she's good. We send our salesmen in. They say, what? Local Motion was the name of my company. He says, I can't get anywhere. Local Motion is in there. Who is their salesman? Marcy. Yeah, forget it. You're not getting that. So that was great. That was a good time for me. That was a good time. That was the best time. On about that, that was when so it's 30 years ago my son was born. And so it was around then he arrived. Yeah. Thank you. So it was a good time, good time. But you'll have to remind me, if I ever see you guys in person and you're interested in we're having some drinks, about different stories and about how people were treated. So. Really? A grumpy old lady is she's going a racial rant on Asians? Oh man, people are just, people are crazy. Mary Southern Boy, oh Mary, she is so male. She's that girl. Cute, she's a cute one too. Now Marcy make a monkey chew red pepper. That's right. That's an old Southern expression. I don't know if y'all ever heard that before. My friend Jim, his father used to use it all the time. His dad's a great old guy from the South. You're never too old to do what? A lot of action here with on that Discord. On Discord. I hear it because it goes You sent me a video? All right. I'll take a look at it in a couple minutes. Yes, a no compete. Yeah, no competes make sense. We used to do it all the time. And I'd have friends of mine call me. Listen, when you're in a business that I would see all the same, I knew all the guys. I mean, people try and buy my company. I knew the players, right? So I was in that business for quite a while. And and then I sold it. But I sold it in 95. Okay, so I had it, I guess, for, I don't know, 12, 13, 15, I don't know, years now. People would call me and they'd say, I have something, or I know this, I've got this company and blah, blah, blah. Or I could call someone and say, man, we screwed the pooch on this company. No kidding? Yeah. I got a good one for you. You can walk in and just take it over. But I want 10% of your billing. I'm not doing that, okay? You find somebody that will. I call one. Yeah, Joe, what do you got? Want somebody to be giving you, maybe 20 deliveries a day. He says, good, I can use it. How much? 10%. All right, send me their information. You got a deal. Done. Is it? So if you are in some businesses, you can do that, so you don't totally lose. I mean, you have to realize you are putting your business in the hands of, could be people, their next job is suicide, I used to say. You just don't know. So I've got this law firm that is worth whew, 20, 30 grand a year to me, and some boo-boo walks in there and decides to take their clothes off in the lobby. And so someone walks in and says, "Who is this dirtbag?" Right? Oh, that's the messenger. Who's he work for? You know, works for Joe Leon. Get him on the phone. Hey man, what's up? Real? What? What? Who did? What? Boom. Who was in whatever law firm? We heard already, Joe. Well, we're not doing their work anymore. So you don't know what's going on in these people's minds, and people, you don't know office people, you just don't know. That is a part of running a business too. You have to try to know what is going on with everyone. So I used to, boy, I'm giving up a lot of information. I used to manage, there's a method of management called walking around, and that was my method of managing people. In my office, I had 14 people in the office, and I had over 55 people out on the road. So the ones I could really get a feel for what was going on was in my office. You know, Jim was a great salesman. He was out a lot more than I was, but I would walk around, and that's how I did it. I would just listen. I wouldn't stand over anyone's shoulder. They didn't feel pressure by me standing over them, but I would walk around operations, you know, and I'd hear the dispatchers, you know, and their communication on the radios with the drivers. I'd listen to how my CSRs, customer service reps, would answer the phones, and you know how they were talking and who they were talking to. And I might say, "Hey Cheryl, who was that on the phone?" "Oh, that was Bonnie. You know how she is." Yeah, I just like to know. And then I could, and the sales, I walk into sales and listen to those guys bullshit, and then I'd say, "Why the hell aren't you out on the street?" But you know, I would just, you know, walk around, and that's how I would learn what was going on in my business. But when you have people out there that you don't know, something I would do that I didn't always, it was, my business was labor intensive. I could have 1,000,000 packages. If I don't have anyone to deliver them, I'm screwed. All right. So you have to keep the workforce happy, but you don't know all of them. And they might come in a list, they work for several companies. And sometimes we would call them, the companies, to see what kind of a worker they were. And sometimes we get the truth. And most of the time, we had guys who had experience. But a lot of times we get people without experience. We take them too because it's so easy, go from point A to point B. Sometimes I would recommend a driver to someone who wasn't worth a shit. I would send them over to them. And I see how long it would take them for them to realize. And then sometimes I'd call them and say, "How's this guy doing?" "He's great." So why is he screwed up over here? And they had non-compete also, because they were in and out of our customers all the time. Not that way, ladies, in and out. They were in and out of the office all the time. A guy shows up and shows up in the reception and says, "We don't have anything for locomotion." He says, "Oh, no, I'm working for ABC Couriers now." "Oh, okay, good." You see, so it was very difficult to keep people. So you had to have business relationships. I needed to have the Gaslight Club. I had expense accounts at restaurants. I took people on trips to Atlantic City. We would take weekends and go to Atlantic City, pay for everything for like 5 or 10 people. It would cost thousands, but they never forgot that. It's a lot to do that shit. I enjoyed all the good times, but it was rough. Anyway. One of your co-workers quit. Wow. Why? So is that more work for you, Kathy? I'll shut up for a minute and let you go. I'm Jim. Joanna in the Philippines. Did your coworker Kathy have any of the same negative situation you had at the office there? I mean, at your restaurant? They can't work you any more than that. Come on, that's too much. The one thing I can say about business, you got to be able to, in some cases, depending on how fast the business is, think on your feet. And the adage that the customer is never wrong is total bullshit. Total. I mean, it would take a lot for me to not accept work from someone. And I only did that once. And she was such a pain in the ass. And after I cut her off, I said, "Tell girls, you tell them no more." When they call up, say, "Sorry, we can't take your work any longer." That woman was pleading with me to do her work after that. No. Oh, no. Yeah, Kathy works long shifts sometimes. Oh, I hope it's nothing too bad. Yeah, Kathy, from what I've seen on those lives we would do them and watch you move around, it's not like you're sitting there at a desk filling out stuff, you know. You're moving your ass, doing physical work. Maybe does Carrie work in that industry at all? He used to work with your mom, right? Something like that. Let me see why you are typing that stuff up. Let me see what the oh my God. Congratulations, Victoria. I have not seen a more beautiful bride, let alone graduate. Whew. Can I share that picture with everyone? You have to tell me. Let me see what. Yeah, I agree, Claire. I mean, I usually have that stuff with me, but the bugs got me. Kristen, where are you? I'll have to check that. Oh, yep, there you go. I'll check that later, Kristen. Pretty cool. Actually, I'm heading down one of those places. I'm not going today, but I think Joe Daddy needs protection. Oh, yeah, I don't blame him, man. That's ridiculous. That long? Is there, do they pay any better now? I mean, 15 years. About business, as I was going on about mine, I had a similar situation, well, similar but different. Maybe it is. I had someone who worked for me for 8 years, 8 years, and she got increases, okay, to where she was as high as I could afford to pay for a particular position. And about her, she worked there 8 years, let's say. On about her 6th year, she had reached every level. And so she was making good money, but she still wanted more. She said, I can't, we give a Christmas bonus, but that was it. She wasn't going to get any more an hour. And the reason I would do things like that is because I always do this. If I can pull someone off the street to do the same job, not as well, they don't know everything you know in 6 years, but at half your price can teach them, well, then we're ahead of the game in that area, like customer service rep. Highest they could get is maybe $30,000 a year, okay? So I would say, I'll tell you what, you know all these customers. Why don't you move into the sales office and I'll start you where you are now, plus you'll get commission. Perfect. Someone else had the same situation, but they were not cut out for sales. They didn't even want to, they were nervous to even go in and talk to people. So they moved along because I couldn't, as much as I wanted to keep them, I couldn't. It comes a point where it's business, right? So, yeah. They should be starting you with that kind of money. But it is the food industry. Yeah, well, the margins are going to look shitty for a while for that corporation, for any restaurant, for any corporation. Even the smaller ones that are really, different, not chain restaurants. Some will close. Did Victoria leave? I wanted to see if I could share her photo. We need to congratulate Victoria on her graduation from school. I had, it's interesting, Joanna, you speak about that managerial work. I would have salesmen who made more money than I did, and I owned the place. But that's okay. I own the place. So they wouldn't want to move into management. If I had someone who was a sales manager, they're going to have people that make more money than they do. You could pay them more base. In other words, if they didn't work for a month, they'd be still getting the same money, but the salesman needed to work. And the good ones, they listen to a manager, yeah, but they go out and sell. So really, we didn't care. So we did away with sales management. We just had our salesmen after a while. Jim and I could manage the salesman. Plus, we could save that money. We usually split it between ourselves. We used to, I would take off Mondays or Fridays, and he would take off Monday or Friday in the summer. All summer, we would only work 4 days. So we'd have long weekends every weekend. Today, that's not a big thing, but back then, when people worked every day, That's where we got our benefits. And we had automobiles we didn't have to pay for that the company picked up. Nice cars, you know. So they may make more cash, but, you know, yeah. Plus, we did other things. So, yeah, we did other things too. We had fun. That was some of my best time in business ever. But you have to have good people, man. You have to have people you can trust. Trust, or you think you can trust. I was in an accident. I went into a coma. I used to go to the hospital a couple times a week and talk to him at his bedside because there's a hospital in town. And I always felt bad because it was the end of the day and he was tired. I said, man, I'm strapped. Can you just run this one? Yeah, it's on my way home. I'll run that one. Boom. He's hit by a car. Sad. Yay, Victoria. College graduate. Where is she? Victoria, did you come in? Let me see if I can get those pictures. I'm sure she won't mind. You know, she is such a beauty, as we all know. I'll see if I'm able to do this so you hear what happens. Is that a Glock? What are you shooting there? Joanna's a cutie too, by the way, if anyone was wondering about that. Okay. I like Linda. I like Linda. Okay. All right, we've got let's see. All right, we got a little quad here. Let's see if I can take those off. Yeah. This is you know who Victoria reminds me of when you see her smile? That happy, beautiful smile. It is, she reminds me of, who's the actor? How do I get all these? How do I send them? Copy. Let me see if it works this way. Perhaps it does. Joe Daddy. Where are you, Joe? There you are. Send it to myself first, see if it works. I sent some suggestions to Victoria last week, I think it was, for bathing suits. She said, they're so cute. Because I thought it fit her personality. And then I saw that I was only marginally correct. She looked much better in the one she told me that she was wearing to go to the pool. Let's see. Great shots. This is good, guys. I'm going to get these pictures for us. Now I'm going to send them over here. Joe Daddy. There are 4 of them. I've got 2 of them done so far. And And I know you want to wait to see these pictures of our Victoria. All right. That's so cute. She looks like, I know who it is, one of my favorite actors of all time. Of course, she's the younger version, and she has dark hair. And the person I'm thinking of, well, no, I'm not going to say it because you guys might think I'm nuts. Well, no, you know I'm nuts, but let me finish the job at hand here. Oh, shit. No, I got it. One more to go. This is called a hook in the business. It will keep you here when the until the commercial's over with. All right. All right, well, the first photo, yes, good. Send a couple up here to you guys. All right, now, the much awaited. All right, let me see if you guys are still here and interested. No, 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 I'm putting them up. I've got them now, hon. I'm going to put up a couple of them. And first I'm going to see if, in fact, well, I'll put these up, and then I'll find out if you know, okay. You get Lucy Hale a lot? I have someone else. I'll check Lucy Hale out. But there's an older actress who, when she was your age, very similar. I think you're 22, 23 now, maybe. All right, let's pull up our beautiful, with Marilyn Monroe voice. Hey, look at this. Look what's still up there. I better take that off. Joe has all this weird shit. Did I tell you what this was? Take a look at that picture. That is a selfie line. The selfie the cat's doing, so it's a feline, selfie line. Okay, good, Joe. That's really nice. I'm going to give you, look at this. Look at this girl. Can you see it? Yes. Okay, there she is. Our beautiful Victoria. Congratulations, honey. You look gorgeous. What a nice setting there. Let's put this next one up. Yes, there she is. Hold on. Let me get these other two. Got that one. Let me see. That one. That one. Which one did I pull down here over here? I have a couple without the clothes on, but I was thinking that that would be inappropriate at this time since it's this graduation. All right. A beauty, for sure. Oh, adorable. So cute. Yes, victory. That's my favorite right there. Lovely, lovely shots of you. I can't just leave you in the corner and put me in here. I won't allow that. They are terrific. Thank you very much. You look beautiful. Beautiful. Congratulations. Your backyard. How beautiful. Woo! Girl is smoking. I mean, she probably doesn't smoke, but, you know. I mean, forget All right. Let's see what I have here. I'm going to look for someone that I think you may look like. And you know, this is just the full lips, the quiet, Joe, just relax. Okay. Let's do the all right. See if I can find anything, any images that are good. I gotta find. It looks like I have to dig further. So she's not coming close to. She doesn't look like her now, at all. But when she was young, there's a resemblance. Okay, just a resemblance. And the woman I'm speaking of was married to Cary Grant, so she's older. But she has a look, and you'll see what I mean. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, well, it's you don't have to deal with it, do you? This is cute too. Let me take this into my. Let me take this into. No, here. See. Great shots of you. I'm gonna put that on my calendar there, and let's see if I can't move this in. Damn it. That means it has to go into. Yep, web lock. Damn it. This is how you would look at it as a blonde, maybe. You got to get it. She did so much crap to her face, this woman I'm speaking of. It's kind of hard to realize. It's the same person, but you kind of have that, some of that look there. All right. Watch. Here we go. Cary Grant is smoking. Yeah, I'm sure he's smoking right now. It's not the photo I wanted. See more. There we go. Now we're talking. Now I can keep these images, I hope. Okay, now they're coming through. All right, but I want to get this because I want to be representative properly here. It's just a look in the face. The face is similar, but she was younger, and then there's one of her older in the same photo. And you are much prettier than she is. But when I saw the face just a little bit, the black and white photo kind of looks like it, and I don't have enough of her of these photos that really. I'll show you. Here's some more. You guys are going to say, Joe, you're out of your mind. But when I saw her face, yeah. She was a heartthrob back in the day, this woman. I mean, a heartthrob. She was in a movie called Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice. You guys are going to say, she doesn't look like that at all. But see, I'm just saying, maybe you'll see something. You know how I always do that, and everybody says to me, Joe, you're out of your mind. Victoria is far more beautiful. And this woman is a blonde. So we're just going to put this up here for you. Okay, you ready? You going to stick around for this? Barbara Harris? No. Now, these are old. Okay? Come on, Joe Daddy. Where are you, man? Over here. All right, let me see how this works. It's a face structure. You're going to say, no, but if you look, She has that kind of, kind of the same. I mean, she could be an aunt or something. Anyway, Diane Cannon, check her out. But today, oh my God, don't do what she did. You never have to, hopefully. She ruined her face with plastic surgery. Oh my goodness. You can see that one. See, she went a little too much there, and she used to be a real beauty anyway. So there you go. And that's all I had to choose from, but if you see her in a movie, you'll see what I mean. Kind of got that look. But look at that. Woo! Your parents must be very proud. So great. So great. So great. You don't see that. No, you are very beautiful. I just see that maybe it's just a couple characteristics of her, but she was, and those aren't the best photos of her. She was a knockout. She was the mayor. She became the mayor of Sausalito, which is the very shishi side of across from San Francisco. And she was married to Cary Grant. But you'd have to look up other photos. But just slight resemblance. That's what I remember. But you have because she used to always have, and we don't have these poses of her exactly, like that. She's got that big radiant smile. You have that beautiful smile. Someday you should share your family's pictures. You guys must all be very attractive. All right, so listen, hey, look what time it is. It seems like it just flew by. I still have my mosquito bite here. See that? Oh, God, that thing. I really thought I had yesterday. It was like a stroke while I took a nap because this thing was out like that. Anyway. Yeah. Claudia Cardinal. Oh, I know who she is, yeah. I mean, there are probably others that are closer. Right. Kathy, we'll see you later, hon. Kristen, are you leaving? It's a very fun morning. Thanks, Striper. Yeah, good morning. A little business seminar along with business life with Joe. I'll tell you a quick one before I go. My dad was a great guy. He died early, 58 years old. I get his humor very much, a lot of his personality I have. And he was a character, too. I mean, always a character. And he was in the banking business for a while. Then he was selling commercial real estate. And he always did very well. But like malls would go up for sale, in the suburbs. And he would sell all the stores, do all the negotiating stuff. Anyway, he was very successful. And I was renting space for an office. And my dad was my dad was Thomas Wallace. I'm Joseph Wallace. So his nickname was Wally. So a realtor was taking me around. I was looking for a new office space for my business, Local Motion. And he said to me, Leon, he says, do you know Wally, Leon? I said, yeah, it's my dad. No, and this guy was so effusive. He just loved my father. He said, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's just, he taught me how to sell, taught me everything. He said, I got a funny story for you about your dad. He said, I'm walking with him. He's the mentor, and he's teaching me all the ropes and stuff like this. And it was a warm summer day. We're walking through the streets of D.C. He says, a hot day today. He says, and I said, yes, it really is. He says, let's stop in and grab a beer. And that just seems like my dad, so straight. My dad, he loved my dad. So we used to do it all the time. It's kind of why I always used to sell a lot of business in bars, I guess. So yeah, like father, like son. Okay, everybody, listen, it was a terrific day. I'm glad all of you were here, all of you, and please come again. Make sure you say you click on the like button if you do. If you don't like, don't come back. Yeah, don't come back. Doesn't get any better. It's always different. Sometimes we play the guitar, sometimes we sing. I don't know what happened to Saren. If anyone is in touch with Saren, please tell her that we hope she's doing all right. I was actually, you know, the violin piece she had sent to me, a Shokin farewell. I was playing the guitar to her violin. It was really great, good fun. So listen, it was fun. It was fun. You guys made it a lot of fun for me. I'm glowing. My dad, I love my dad. Yeah, I love all you guys too. You're great. So I'll see you soon. And don't forget to be kind and never be rude. I guess there are times, but don't be rude. Bye-bye, you guys. So long. Yeah, I went real low with Diane Cannon, but I'll find someone. Um, but you know you're a beauty in your own right, darling. Just remember to always be that nice person that we know you to be. And I know that's not even a stretch. Okay, everyone, have a great, great weekend. And if you have a live, I may hop on it, whoever does the live. I may hop on it this weekend, but I won't. I'll be hosting a live in 2 weeks, I think. Okay?